Hello. So I want to read a chapter book to you guys. I'm going to read 1 or 2 chapters with each of my videos, depending on how long they are. And the story I want to share with you is called Fenway and Hattie. So Miss Watson actually read this to the 5th graders when they were in my class. So if any of you have 5th grade siblings, they should be very familiar with this. Also, I really like this book because it kind of has a pairing, just like Wedgie and Gizmo, which, by the way, if you check out Miss Hill's YouTube channel, she's reading Wedgie and Gizmo. So this book is from the point of view of little Fenway. Fenway is an energetic little dog. So it's a first person telling from his eyes. So imagine putting on your point of view glasses like we did in class. And the story is being told from Fenway. And his best friend is Hattie, and they recently moved. And Fenway's kind of panicking the way dogs would panic when there's change in their life. So we're going to see his adventure with her. And he has funny names for things, and I'm going to stop and talk about those every time he does. Like he calls the dad Fetch Man. So why would he call him Fetch Man? When you throw a ball, think about it. Think about these things. So yeah, let's get started. Fenway and Hattie. And you guys know I can't see without my glasses, so here we go. This is by Victoria J. Cole. Victoria J. Cole. Chapter 1. And here's a little image of Fenway. Check him out. He looks like a happy little fellow, doesn't he? Oh, I just left Fenway. Here we go. As soon as we get off the elevator, I know something is wrong. Our apartment has no mat in the front. The muddy boots and fake flowers are gone. The doorway looks empty, abandoned, like nobody lives there. Who took our stuff? Intruders? Strangers? Squirrels? Fetch Man opens the door, and I race inside. There's Fetch Man, so that's Hattie's dad. Nose to the floor, I sniff for clues. But all I smell are Food Lady, Fetch Man, and Hattie, my own family. So Food Lady must be Mom. I rush into the eating place. Apparently, Food Lady is not aware that things are missing. She gives me a quick pat, then sighs, like she's got a big job to do. She's completely focused on piles of boxes. Packages! So if there's boxes everywhere, that means they've recently moved from one house to another. Which reminds me, also, I make that connection to Wedgie and Gizmo. At the beginning of that story, those families moved too. That's why I like reading these stories. My tail goes nuts. I stick my snout into the closet box and begin rooting around. But it smells boring like old teacups and not new and exciting like a package. Fenway, Food Lady scolds. That's human for, you're in trouble. My ears droop and I back away. I was only doing my job. Packages must be inspected. What if they're hiding something dangerous or delicious? Fetch Man smiles and kisses Food Lady's cheek. He speaks quickly and gestures a lot, like he's the happiest human in the world. What is he so excited about? Isn't he worried that our stuff's been stolen? Good thing my humans have a Jack Russell Terrier on patrol. We're obviously in terrible danger. There's so much to do. I keep sniffing around, but I do not find one single clue, and no tasty crumbs or yummy drips either. Food Lady wraps noisy paper around the dishes and tucks them into big boxes. She grabs crinkly bags of chips and pretzels and cookies, cans and jars too. Pretty soon, the cabinets are cleared out. Oh, so he's in the house that they're moving out of. Because if they're clearing things out of the cabinets, they're moving from that house. Hey, wait a minute. What are we supposed to eat? I must warn my short human. I race to her room, barking the whole way. Bad news, Hattie. We're going to starve. But when I get there, she's surrounded by boxes too. And she looks miserable. Probably because she didn't come to the dog park. Hattie loves playing ball and catch just as much as I do. Even though I have terrible news, she forgets how she is when she sees me. Fenway, she sings in her sweet voice. That means, here's a treat. Hooray, hooray, I bark, blasting through the door. That's my Hattie, always thinking of me. I scamper over to a box and hurl myself at her legs. I can hardly wait. He kind of reminds me of Wedgie in his excitement. Oh, she says with a giggle, reaching into her pocket. The treat sails into my mouth. Chomp. Wow, it hits the spot. Hattie pats my head and gazes into my eyes. Her face back to being sad, like it was the very last treat. That's what I was saying, Hattie. We've been wiped out, I barked, probably by squirrels. Her shoulders sink with horrible realization. I nuzzle her ankle. Don't worry, Hattie. Your protector is here. She must be feeling worse than I thought, because her dark eyes go right to the way up high shelf. She climbs on her bed and reaches for the fuzzy toy that used to be a bear, but now it's only the upper half with one arm. Uh-oh. That means something scary is happening, like a stormy night or rains with the boom-kabooms. What are boom-kabooms? Think about that. Hattie pulls the used-to-be bear off the high shelf, and she clutches it to her chest, so she is scared. Good thing I'm here to cheer you up. And as she's stepping down, I snatch the used-to-be bear from her arms. I zip around the bed and fly over a box. Hattie's on my tail laughing. Hey, she says, reaching out in her arms. I'm just beyond her grasp. I'm hopping through a pile of shoes when I stumble over something hard. Ouch! My bedtime hairbrush. What's it doing on the floor? Sensing opportunity, Hattie lunges. Drop it. She shouts in a voice that sounds anything but angry. She's fast, but I'm faster. I spring onto the bed. I bury my nose into the rumpled blankets. They smell like mint and vanilla, just like Hattie. Hattie flops down beside me. Can you picture this happening? Because I'm picturing those mental images in my head with every word I hear. She's smiling. She takes the used-to-be bear and grabs me tight. Best buddies, she coos. She kisses my brown paw, then my white paw. Then she showers my neck with kisses. Our favorite snuggle game. I slobber her cheek as she giggles. She's the best short human ever. Food Lady appeared in the doorway, one hand on her hip, the other one pointing at the boxes. Hattie, she scolds. Hattie's smile disappears. As she bolts up, I hop off her chest. She smells worried. I know how she feels. I wait for Food Lady to start yelling in a bossy voice, but instead, the words I hear are Hattie's. She sounds anxious. She picks up a long jump rope that she brings to the place where short humans with backpacks go. School. She shows Food Lady a card. I catch a whiff of her hardened frosting from the time a pack of short humans invaded, and I warn Hattie that her treats were on fire. As Hattie goes on, Food Lady's angry face gets softer and softer until it turns into sad. Oh, baby, she says in a soothing tone. She sits next to us on the bed. Hattie leans into her arm. Food Lady strokes Hattie's bushy hair. I nuzzle in under Food Lady's hand. I could use a few strokes too, you know, I whimper, right behind this ear. Food Lady rocks us gently the way she did when Hattie's knee was hurt. She gives us a pat and gets up. Okay, she asked. Hattie nodded and sniffed a few times. Okay, she says, but I know she's still worried. Hattie's sad and scared of packing things. It reminds me of something. But what? If only I could think of it. Well, when Food Lady's gone, Hattie tosses the jump rope into the box. Then clothes, whoosh. Then shoes, clunk. Then she picks up the used-to-be bear and she squeezes it tight. And then I remember what this reminds me of. It was right before Hattie disappeared for 2 nights, and something terrible must have happened to her. Because when she finally came back, her clothes smelled horrible, like burnt marshmallows and squirrels. Where do you think she went? I think she went camping. Oh no, could it be happening again? I knew something was wrong. Hattie is leaving. Hattie is leaving. I sprang up and ran in circles. She can't go, at least not without her loyal dog. Hey, if I stick by her side, she'll have to take me with her. As Hattie turns from box to box, I'm on her like fur. When she closes the last one, she heads for the door. I beat her to it. She leaps over me and I chase her to the eating place. Food Lady standing at the counter, licking her fingers. She looks up and holds out a white bag that smells like donuts. Breakfast, she calls. Yippee, I bark, racing to the Food Lady's feet. Hattie squeals. Then she grabs the bag and crinkles it open. I leap at her legs and I lick my chops. Hattie bites into a squishy donut. A lovely glob of goo drips right into my mouth. Vanilla. I swallow quickly. More, please, I bark, jumping on her legs again. Hattie giggles, but when Food Lady closes her arms, she stops. Right then, a little rattling sound at the front door. Intruders? I charge into the lounging place. The lounging place. Think about where in the house that could be. As the door swings open, I'm ready to pounce. Oh, it's Fetchman. He was gone? I spring up and paw at his knees. I miss you so much, I bark. Is it playtime? But he's all business, and he's not alone. A large group of strangers follow him in, one after another. They come through the door, reeking of coffee and sweat. A suspicious combination, and Fetchman is not making one move to stop them. Hey, who are you? Why are you here? I bark, lunging towards them, but stopping a safe distance from the first stranger. He's a lot bigger than Fetchman. Shh, Fetchman says. He grabs me by the collar and pulls me to the far side of the room. Watch out, I bark. These guys are probably dangerous. As if to prove my point, a very large stranger begins lifting the boxes and takes the flashing screen off the wall. Can't you see they're taking our stuff? I bark, wiggling and kicking. Let me go. I must be free to do my job. But the warnings aren't doing one bit of good. Fetchman and Food Lady just stand there, watching these evil humans take everything. Let me at 'em. Seriously, I can take these guys. I pull. I twist. I'm desperate to get loose. I'm about to choke myself when Fetchman deposits me into the eating place. Can't you see what's happening? I bark. If you ever needed a dog to protect you, it's now. Unfazed, Fetchman snaps the gate across the doorway. I'm trapped. What are you doing? I bark. Are you nuts? I jump my highest. Can you picture a little dog jumping at the fence? But I'm no match for the gate. I can't keep this up for long. My legs are getting tired, and my bark is wearing out. Danger is happening right here in our home, and all I can do is watch. And worst of all, I got separated from Hattie when I was supposed to be sticking by her side. There goes the plan. And that's the end of chapter 1. So I'm going to try to do 1 or 2 of these every single day. So I hope you're enjoying Fenway and Hattie. Subscribe to my channel below, and that way you can get notifications every time I add a new chapter to this. So, talk to you soon.